G'day, I'm David G. Sheshnag Mundia. What on earth is Kundalini? I think as humans we're at a critical point. What sort of critical point is that? Well, it depends who you talk to. You know, I've had access to a person called Whitley Strieber. He wrote a book, Communion. And Christopher Walken was in a movie called Communion in the 80s, early 90s. He's an avid UFO, extraterrestrial researcher and experiencer. Some of his knowledge is phenomenal, and he does a great job on the website called Unknown Country. So if you listen to him, maybe it's about alien disclosure. I've also had access to Ilana Freeland. You can go and check out her website, ilanafreeland.com. She's had a fantastic life, right from being a child and meeting JFK, and then a month later him being assassinated, and her researching the deep state ever since that. She has a phenomenal knowledge. So to her, what's happening at the moment is a species war, where through some sort of medication, the DNA and genetic structure of the human is being changed. So that's part of her interpretation of the craziness at the moment. Me, I'm into Kundalini, so I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, the human soul's aching to know its full potential and to realise that it's connected to everything after being subdued for so long into an unhealthy animalistic expression based on consumption, competition and comparison. The war's about to end within ourselves, because we're going to realise that unity is the truth. How do we do that when constantly we're exposed to a phenomenal amount of information that is guiding us into what is called thought entrapment or entrainment? You know, I realised the other day, like I thought, I've been watching this for a long time, I thought, am I being hypnotised? And I recommend that you look into whether you're being hypnotised, because there's certain techniques that are designed to create certain perceptions for the human framework. In my research of whether I was being hypnotised or not, I realised that a handful of companies own most companies. I realised that the media outlets are predominantly owned by maybe 4 corporations. I saw the other day that the shares, the predominant, out of the 10 top predominant shareholders of every company that are massively influential, there's mainly 4 that have the majority of the shares in each company. And whether that company is Woolworths or Coles or Coke or Pepsi or Pizza Hut or Domino's, every one of those companies is owned by 4 corporations. And I thought, well, like, it's just weird. And the same with the medical companies, like the pharmaceutical companies, they own the majority of their shares too. I don't know where the trail is that leads to getting beyond the quagmire of confusion and subjugation that we're in. You know, like there is so much going on to do with this is the way you're supposed to think. These are the people that watch the news and listen to the media and have a very vulnerable interpretation. So we're going to smash them because they get the most emotionally involved about their opinion. So if we've got all the weight of those people to fight for us, then we've done our job. And I'm sitting there going, I don't know what the answer is. All I know is the answer is within me for me to find peace and not be at war with myself. Grow a beard so I look like someone you'd listen to. Like the credentials, if you compare credentials, then that's cool too. Let's just say we're in a very confusing state, and like mythologically even, we could be at the peak of the masculine unhealthy expression as a human, being so left-sided of brain, over rational, over scientific, over physical focus. It's just maybe we have to reach this state before we turn around and move towards a more healthy, balanced state where you can be in your strong masculine energy but also be in your vulnerable, expressive and creative and flowing feminine energy. Maybe it's just your brain that's trying to work it out. And with all the corporations following the establishment of capitalism and following the scientific revolution and the industrial revolution, where everyone started to work most of their life to be in debt to banks, then maybe this is where we had to come to for us to move back to one where we endorse freedoms and creativity as a human race. Who knows? The DNA is the key though. Share the world. Sheshnag.com. Om Namah Shivaya.